Coming up on This Week in Torrance, Torrance Police are looking for people to join their team. We'll tell you what it takes. And more than 1 million gallons of water are poured into the new state-of-the-art Aquatic Center. The delegates from Japan arrive in the city to celebrate another milestone with the Torrance Sister City Association. Plus, newborns at a local hospital received hand-knitted hats. We'll tell you why. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Candidates are putting their names in to get a spot on the city's municipal election ballot. The city clerk's office was busy as they had appointments booked recently for candidates interested in running for mayor, council, city clerk, and treasurer. There are 3 city council seats which will be up for grabs. The election is set to take place on June 5th. The city clerk's office hopes that voters will ask questions and build voting skills by learning how to tell who sent campaign brochures, how to research political campaigns, and where to get more information about the candidates and issues. Thanks to 7 candidate forums across the city over the next 3 months, people will be able to ask questions firsthand. Your vote will decide the direction the city will take in the next 4 to 8 years. As of January 2017, the City of Torrance has more than 83,000 registered voters. The registration period closes at 5 p.m. on March 9th. To get all the information on candidates running, go to torrancevotes.org. The $15 million new Aquatic Center project is closer to its grand opening. This recent drone footage captures the state-of-the-art facility's 2 pools filling up with nearly 1 million gallons of water. While it was a sight to see, you can see the project itself when you come out to the grand opening celebration on March 3rd. It's open to the public, and you will be able to see the facility's 60-meter Olympic-size competition pool, a warm-up pool, elevated bleachers for 600 spectators, and separate locker rooms for each of the 4 high schools. The pools will allow for 2 sports to be played at the same time. The facility will also be green, as the pools will rely on solar panels to partially heat the water. The project was possible thanks to funds from Bond Measure U, which was passed by Torrance voters in 2014. The Aquatic Center is located at 2320 Crenshaw Boulevard. The celebration will start at 1 p.m. A local basin continues to be upgraded. Project manager of the Amie Basin pump station, John Dettel, says that a contractor is installing bypass piping to pump down the Amie Basin from the last rain. Once the water is pumped out of the basin, contractors will restore the access road and bring a crane to lift the big pumps out of the vault to test them. The project includes the installation of pumps, piping modifications, a new motor control center, and a pump control system, to name a few. The recent update is a follow-up to the Stormwater Basin Enhancement Project. New mains and vaults have already been built. A local organization's one-of-a-kind apprenticeship that helps students land a job is official. The South Bay Workforce Investment Board and the AeroFlex team of employers and partners have successfully registered the first aerospace engineering apprenticeship occupation in the United States, which is also the first degreed registered apprenticeship in the country in the engineering discipline. It was approved by the U.S. Department of Labor Office of Apprenticeship. The program creates an extended career pathway for anyone interested in becoming an aerospace engineer. It's an earn and learn model for engineering. It gives people a chance to gain real-world experiences from earning a certificate, becoming a technician, to earning a degree and becoming an engineer. AeroFlex was originally developed to meet the nationally recognized hub of aerospace and advanced manufacturing industries located in the South Bay region. South Bay Workforce Investment Board has a one-stop business and career center in Torrance. For more information on the program, you can contact Jessica Q. Kim at jkim@swib.org. Traffic collisions in the city of Torrance have spiked over the years, and Torrance police are taking steps to combat them. New statistics show there were more than 230 traffic collisions in 2017 than in 2016. There's also been an increase in accidents leading to more deaths. The Torrance Police Department has been reviewing stats and partnering with the community. Research shows that excessive speed and distracted driving are primary causes of collisions. They've already taken steps to combat the problem by launching their high visibility enforcement this month. On Torrance Boulevard and Hawthorne Boulevard, traffic signboards are there to remind drivers to obey traffic laws at those intersections. They recently also conducted another operation at the intersections of Prairie Avenue and Redondo Beach Boulevard and Crenshaw Boulevard. Officials focused on jaywalking, a primary concern for injury collisions in those areas. It's an educational campaign that is a combination of law enforcement efforts and visibility elements. Some other areas of focus will include unsafe lane changes and drivers who lane straddle. Do you want to help keep the Torrance community safe? Well, there is one way you can. The Torrance Police Department is hiring. To be eligible to test for police officer positions, there are 4 minimum requirements. You must be 21 years of age, a U.S. citizen, must possess and maintain a valid California Class C driver's license, and possess a high school diploma or GED. The Torrance Police Department conducts an extensive and comprehensive background check. There's a written and physical agility test as well. They're also hiring for other positions in the department. For test dates and other information, you can go to torranceca.gov. If you have plans to travel and need a new passport, now would be a good time. Passport prices are set to increase $10 by April 2nd. The fee will increase from $25 to $35. The price is rising to cover the in-person submission of an application to a passport acceptance agency for identity verification and document review. Now, if you're looking to renew yours, the price boost will not affect you. The Department of State raised the prices after conducting a cost study during which it discovered that the $25 fee wasn't covering governmental services. Still ahead, delegates from Japan arrive in Torrance. We'll share highlights of their trip. Plus, a Pulitzer Prize winner is set to teach at El Camino College. We'll tell you how you can sign up for his class. "45 years of friendship between the City of Torrance and Kashiwa, Japan became even stronger recently. Torrance CitiCABLE was at the Los Angeles International Airport waiting for the arrival of 30 delegates from Torrance's sister city, Kashiwa, Japan. After arriving, they stepped on a Torrance transit bus and headed to the South Bay. They arrived at the DoubleTree Hotel in Torrance and then were welcomed by the city in front of Torrance City Hall. This visit happens every 5 years. As a symbol of the trip, cherry trees are planted during the anniversary celebrations on the east lawn of the Cultural Arts Center. Some other highlights of the trip include a chance to shop at Torrance's Certified Farmers Market, tour Honda's Auto Museum, and get a chance to see the rest of Los Angeles as well. To learn more about the Torrance Sister City Association, go to torrancesistercity.org. Representatives from both communities gathered over dinner to continue this tradition of international friendships. Reporter Louis Tran was there and tells us more.
It was an intimate celebration, as former Mayor Frank Scotto invited council members and delegates from Kashiwa over to his house for a home-cooked meal. A personal gathering where both communities are looking to further strengthen the ties of friendship, goodwill, and cooperation between the cities.
And the fact that Torrance is such a heavy Japanese influence already, it just makes perfect sense for the Japanese integration to Torrance with our sister city, Kashiwa.
For this year's 45th anniversary of the exchange program between the Torrance Sister City Association and the Kira organization of Kashiwa, President Rikuro Nakayama of Kira and 3 members of the program shared gifts and stories of their positive experience so far.
His teacher, yes, is Amie and Stephanie, who came from Torrance.
They said to me, Torrance is a very good place.
Gave them a tour of City Hall, the council chambers, our offices. Then they went over to see our oldest school, Torrance High School.
Despite the language barrier, both communities were able to find many commonalities between one another.
We realize we all have the same problems, same concerns, same desires in life.
Every time I came here, I impressed by a very warm welcome of the mayors and councilmen and also citizens of Torrance.
The exchange program occurs yearly for the students and every 5 years for the adults. For the past 45 years, the program has heavily focused its efforts on students, where nearly 400 have participated so far, many of which the program has changed their lives forever.
Believe it or not, a lot of the Japanese students have come to America to live here, and even some Americans have gone to Japan to live there.
Since 1973, the city has recognized the importance of integrating a diverse global community for all. Since then, the program has been able to attract and bring many global businesses to Torrance.
Torrance is proud to say we have 248 businesses that are Japanese headquartered in Torrance, more than anywhere else in Southern California combined.
Whether it may be dinner or a tour, this successful tradition will continue to build and strengthen the ties of both communities throughout the following years. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Louis Tran.
Thanks, Louis. After their trip to Los Angeles, the delegates headed to Las Vegas. 4 South Bay women were celebrated for their outstanding work in the community. For the past 2 decades, the Schweitzer Learning Center has recognized women who have made a significant contribution to the South Bay. Since 1999, the organization has honored 88 women. And this year, the recipients included Lori Brandt, co-owner of Red Car Brewery, and Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce woman and Los Angeles County Board Supervisor Janice Hahn. Lee Ann King, founder and coordinator of the Visions of Unity Arts Contest, and Jill Smisik Maroney, who plays a large role with the Torrance Historical Society. And for the women who received awards, they were honored to be celebrated by a nonprofit who has been at the forefront of educational therapy since 1966.
I took my daughter to Schweitzer Learning Center for 6 years, once a week, and I really have a place in my heart for the Schweitzer Learning Center because it did so much for my daughter who was nonverbal and now can't stop talking.
I'm just really excited. My mom actually received the award in 2003. So it's kind of a legacy, a huge honor. My mom's my hero, and so for me to receive the same award as her is just amazing.
This was the 19th annual South Bay Women of the Year Award ceremony. The proceeds from the event will benefit the Schweitzer Learning Center, an organization which serves children and families with learning, social, and behavioral disabilities. Newborns at Torrance Memorial Medical Center are looking cuter than ever, and it's all to raise awareness. Torrance Memorial Medical Center had a special photo opportunity recently for their tiniest patients. It was all to celebrate the hospital's participation in the American Heart Association's Little Hats, Big Hearts program. Representatives from the American Heart Association personally delivered more than 250 handmade knitted red caps. It's all to help raise awareness about congenital heart defects, the most common type of birth defect. 15 hospitals are participating, including Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center in Torrance. All of the hospitals will receive these hats for babies born in the month of February. Officials say the hats are a reminder to parents to cherish their health and commit to helping their children grow healthy and strong hearts. The program started in Chicago in 2014. More than 100,000 hats are to be handed out throughout the country. Students at El Camino College will get a chance to learn from a Pulitzer Prize winner this spring. El Camino College announced that Los Angeles Times photojournalist Luis Cinco will teach at El Camino College this spring. Cinco has more than 30 years of experience and was part of the 3 Pulitzer Prize-winning teams for the Los Angeles Times for the coverage of the 1994 Northridge earthquake, the 2004 California wildfires, and the 2015 San Bernardino terrorist attack. El Camino College has an award-winning journalism program that has been around for 70 years. It's not too late to sign up for spring. Cinco's photojournalist class meets Mondays through June 4th. You can head to elcamino.edu for more information. A hot spot for lunch in the city has moved to a more central location. Lisa's Bon Appetit Company celebrated the official opening of Lisa's Cafe and Bakery at its new location, which is located at 2809 Pacific Coast Highway. Known for their fresh salads, sandwiches, and pastries, some of the hot items on the menu include chocolate desserts, quiches, and their most popular entree, the Chinese chicken salad. They also sell a wide array of sandwiches, soups, and main entrees. They've been around since 1979, outgrowing many locations throughout the years. Lisa's Cafe and Bakery now has multiple locations, while its catering business continues to keep customers satisfied at the events. The business was started by Lisa Erickson more than 30 years ago, and since her retirement, her daughter Suzanne Alexander is running the business and says there are a lot of good changes happening at the new location.
We changed a couple of things. So we have our Mexican salad is a little different. I think it's much better. We added a Thai crunch salad, which is really good. The Chinese chicken salad is really tame in the Asian portion of the salad.
To follow their journey, go to lisasbonappetit.com. An eco-friendly Honda model is being recalled for its increased risk in causing crashes. An electronic control unit software responsible for monitoring voltage in the 2017 Honda Clarity fuel cell may malfunction, causing the part to shut down. This can later lead to a crash. Honda so far has no reports of crashes or injuries. The automaker advised that if the car experiences this issue, a warning message will appear on a screen below the speedometer indicating a power system problem. Stop driving when safe. If you see this, owners should stop the vehicle in a safe location off the roadway as soon as possible. Honda will start notifying owners this month. But you can call the car company at 888-234-2138 for more information. Still ahead, upcoming events happening right here in the city, plus a preview of what to expect on the next episode of the Sports Desk. You're watching This Week in Torrance.
Palm trees, coastline, craft brews. Yep, this is Southern California. But this is Torrance. Have you ever driven to a whole other city just for a bowl of ramen? Because if you haven't, that's about to change. Have you ever been to a beach that feels so much like your own private beach that you're like, where has this been all my life? Welcome, my friends, to Torrance Beach. So private, you hadn't even heard of it. Have you ever been to a mall that had literally 2.7 million square feet of shopping? Run, don't walk to Del Amo Fashion Center. And get this, Torrance is the actual epicenter of the South Bay's craft brew industry. I guess you could say the brews are just craftier here. We also have a farmer's market that's just as much about the people as it is about the food. And even our museum scene is the best of the South Bay. All this just 15 minutes from LAX. You'll come for the city, stay for the experience, and leave as a friend. So, are you in?
Welcome back, everybody. Here are some upcoming events. Dancing with the South Bay Stars will return on Saturday, February 24th at 7 p.m. The show will take place at the James Armstrong Theater. Locals pair up with professional dancers to raise funds for their favorite charity. To buy tickets, go to torrancearts.org. Then you can enjoy browsing through special goods at the monthly Torrance Antique Street Fair on Sunday, February 25th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. The event will have more than 200 vendors selling antiques, collectibles, vintage clothing, and much more. It takes place in downtown Torrance. And you can participate in a walk to end Alzheimer's. There will be a kickoff party for volunteers at the Doubletree in Torrance on Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can RSVP at mgeist@alz.org. Now let's find out what's happening in the Torrance sports world. What's going on, AJ?
Here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. If it's nail-biting finishes and epic comebacks you crave, we have all of that and then some. Torrance and West go back and forth like a heavyweight fight to decide the Pioneer League. Bishop Montgomery trailing by double digits at home. Could they avoid a nightmare? It's another Delray League title for the girls of Bishop, while the West girls just keep rolling on. West High boys soccer wins a league title, and 'tis the season to hit the diamond for some softball, El Camino style. All this and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance City Cable. Back to you.
Thanks, AJ. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.